Hi, I'm John Trickett, President and the CEO of Immergent, the online record store. And we're here today in Chicago, in the Hilton Hotel, at the NARM conference, which is the National Association of Record Merchants. It's where the music industry gets together every year to all talk and generally have a good time. And I'm here today launching our new online record store, Immergent. We launched it, took it live actually at the conference about an hour and a half ago, Immergent.com. And Immergent.com is a record store with a difference. A lot of online record stores today are one-dimensional. They're sort of spreadsheet-like. You don't hang out in them. You go in, you buy, you get out. What we've done is create something that's actually quite different than that. It's a whole experience, it's an environment. Imagine the days when you would walk into a record store when they existed. The kid behind the counter knew all about the new stuff that was coming out. They're excited about it. You could browse through, you could talk, you could ask questions, you'd meet people. Those days have dwindled as the music industry's evolved. So what we wanted to do was bring that back, but do it online.
How long did it take for you to develop this site?
The site, from genesis, an idea, to actual reality itself was about 18 months. In fact, we actually built it once, looked at it and said, we're not feeling it, and we threw it away and built it all over again. Because as we worked through it, we came up with better ways to do it.
Can you talk about the revolutionary things you're doing with the back-end systems?
Sure. There's several different, from a technology point of view, there's a number of different mechanisms in place. What we've been able to do with the site is integrate actually lots of different systems into the back end of one front end. It's all web-based, it's Java, JavaScript and Ajax as the primary coding platform, sitting on Linux. And also what we're doing is we're linking into the song database, to the art music database. We're linking into industry and artist information, which comes from a whole separate set of servers. And we're also linking in innovative social networking. The system is built around people talking, sharing music with each other. Music's an aggregator. It brings people together. People have similar tastes, similar lifestyles. They may not even know each other, but they have that common ground of fandom, things they love. We wanted to leverage that. We wanted to bring people together. So the site also includes a chat function, but it's not just typing. You can do that. It's got audio chat. It's also got video chat. You can have up to 200 people in a room chatting together. We can do live artist performances. It's about linking people together so they can converse and have that experience. So this is more of an environment than it is just a site. A site's a small thing. We've created a whole world. You're
going to be in direct competition with iTunes and YouTube. And who else is your competition, and how do you feel about that?
Amazon will be an obvious competitor. I think there's room in the space. Right now, the music industry online is dominated by iTunes and Amazon. Between them, they've got over 90% of the market. And there's room, I think, for another entrant into the marketplace who's doing it slightly differently. We're not selling a device. In fact, actually, it's quite possible to download songs that you buy here. We know it's going onto iPods. We want it to go onto iPods. So I look at it not so much as competition. I look at it as one big environment in which we all play.
How is this helping the music industry?
I think it helps the music industry tremendously. One of the biggest issues the music industry faces today, and has been for a while, is piracy. And I've been in the music industry now for about 12 years. And what I see is that piracy is not going away. This isn't something that we can't stuff this genie back into the box. It's not going back in the bottle. The stopper's out. It's out there. My view is let's harness that. Let's look at how people want to do it. Let's look at how they're sharing it, how are they interacting, because that's real, whether it's being stolen or whether it's being bought. So what we did was spend a lot of time looking at how fans actually consume their music. How did they find it? How did they work with it? And then we took those attributes and we built them into the design of the site. I'll give you an example. Playlists. A playlist is, in our site, is as it sounds. You can go in, you can take your favorite songs, you can put them into a list. You tag the list with the kind of playlist it is. Is it driving music? Is it my bath time music? Is it I got to clean the house music? Oh darn. You tag those playlists. You can now share those playlists with other people on the site. If somebody likes it, they can download an individual song from it, they can comment on it, or they can click buy, and you can instantly buy that entire playlist. So if I happen to have, I don't know, the coolest, John Trickett's coolest ultimate rock collection, somebody could look at it and say, well, yeah, but if you put this song in, it'd be even cooler. And then, okay, they can take that list, they can copy it, drop theirs in, buy, it's instantly into their system. The technology in the music industry to actually gather accurate, timely marketing data and sales data is actually quite abominable. If you were on the inside, you'd be really surprised about how bad it is. One thing we built in here is a very sophisticated business intelligence engine. And the idea of that engine is that we can provide real-time data, not even 15 minutes delayed, real-time data right to the record, to ourselves and right to the record labels. So a marketing person inside the record label has access to our site. They can only see their stuff, they can't see anybody else's, of course, but they have their own customizable dashboard. So they can look at demographic information, whether it's age, whether it's geography, trend lines, trajectories. They can take that, customize it, so it'll actually push the information back to them. There's so much data. Set a threshold. If it exceeds this, push it. They can now look, and the site will tell them, hey, something's happening here. You need to be doing something with this, like, now. Let's work with you. Let's find out what's going on. And let's help you to do this real time, because ultimately, the label wins, we win. And the fan wins because they know what's going on. So that's why we did it at NARM. It's one of the music industry's premier conferences. Everybody's here. So we had all the people that we work with all in one place. It's a perfect environment to do it.
Let's talk techie. Tell me more specifics.
Well, let's look at what we're doing with the data size. When you're looking at 8 million songs, and it's growing by about 100,000 a week, every major record label and about 80,000 independent labels, you're looking at a huge database. Not only that, we're doing API calls into 4 other databases for live touring. Live touring's linked in, so when you click on an artist, it's going to show you all their upcoming tours. It links to Ticketmaster, so you can buy tickets. We have the chat API, and also all the artist data, which is also residing on an entirely separate database. So the UI on the front is making multiple calls very, very quickly. The key to this is it's got to be fast. People don't want to sit and click on something and wait for it. It's got to be as close to instantaneous as we can. So we did that, and this thing's been pretty heavily stress tested. Also, the way the servers are built is that it's infinitely scalable. It's constantly monitored. So if we suddenly get way more people than we expected at a given point in time, the system automatically scales up, so it never slows down. It's all done real time on the fly. The other thing is, which makes an interesting technical challenge, is that we knew that we had to give the best possible level of music, and there comes a trade-off. The trade-off is bandwidth, storage, speed, and quality. Quality's got to come first. We don't want the technology to limit the level of quality we can give. So we went high on it. And this drove our developers nuts. But I insisted that the minimum size of file has to be 256 kilobits a second. Minimum. Most times when you're downloading, you're at 190, 192. And I wanted to go all the way up to 320 kilobits a second, which is actually what most of this is. So if you were to go on here and download a song and listen to it, or even just click on it and get 30 seconds so you can listen to the song, get your sample, people notice straight away, wow, this sounds great. Well, that's because it does. The technology behind that is actually really difficult. My belief is, and any kind of technology is that make the front end simple, make it easy, make it fun. The complexities behind the scenes, but you as a consumer never need to see that. We do all the work for you.